Welcome to another episode of the CoolKarnis. I am your host and host, Sanjeev Kulkarni. Today our guest is an artist par excellence, someone whose journey beautifully blends passion, family and culture. She comes from the vibrant heart of Mumbai's cultural capital, Dadar Shivaji Park, and she now calls Melbourne home. She is a trained Bharatnatyam and Kathak dancer, an accomplished artist, and a theatre personality through and through. Please join me in welcoming Reshma Parulekar ji to the CoolKarnis. Reshma's story is one of graceful transitions. From a childhood and youth immersed in art and performance, to a phase where family took center stage, she has embraced every chapter with heart and purpose. But as we all know, true passion never really fades. In Melbourne, Reshma found her way back to the stage, be it through her dance performances at iconic venues like the Federation Square, or the founding of Melbourne Indian Theatre, aptly called as My Theatre. Through her plays and performances, she's become a key voice of Melbourne's Indian cultural scene. One of her proudest moments came when her play, Bandini, where she plays the title role, was invited to be staged in India, a dream come true for many theatre artists. Her creative roots run deep, shaped by mentors like the legendary TV personality Sulabha Deshpande ji and Shri Parvati Kumar ji in dance and drama. In fact, one of her earliest plays, Durga Zali Gauri, continued to be staged after 40 plus years, a true testament of lasting art. This performance also got her an opportunity to be part of a film along with India's leading comic artist, late Asrani ji. I truly enjoyed my conversation with Reshma ji. Her insights, her humility, and her love for the craft are truly infectious. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this two-part conversation with Reshma Parulekar, a masterclass for theatre and acting enthusiasts. If you're in Melbourne, don't miss out her next play, Agni Pank. It might be playing at a theatre near you. So let's start with a brief look at Reshma ji on stage.
हस्ती आई है हस्ती आई है, गौर कीजिए, हस्ती आई है हस्ती आई है, बड़े दिनों के बाद द कूलकर्नीस पे आज मुंबई की हस्ती आई है, हस्ती आई है हस्ती आई है.
Wow.
Reshma Parulekar ji, welcome to the CoolKarnis.
Thank you so much, Sanjeev.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, doing very good. तो कैसा था? अच्छा था ना मेरा?
अरे बहुत बढ़िया, loved it.
हंसती आई है, आप हमेशा हंसती रहती है.
Yes.
और आप हंसती हैं. You're a celebrity, you're a personality, so that is the हंसती as well. तो ऐसा थोड़ा word play भी हो गया.
Thank you.
Actually, there was another song that was coming to me. You know, like when I was thinking of you, thinking of how to introduce, there's another song coming to me, but वो मैंने नहीं गाया, but I'll ask you about it anyways. Early 70s में, there was this one movie that had come, Dharmatma. There was one song in that. Have you heard that song? Reshma. Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I felt that, that is also a very apt fit for you.
Okay.
Because look at the words, okay? तेरे चेहरे में वो जादू है, जाना चाहता था कहीं और कहीं, तेरी ओर चला आया हूँ. So you have this magnetic personality on the theater, on the stage, that anybody else probably might have had 10 other things to do, but they want to come and watch your play. So apt hai, wo bhi apt hai.
Thank you.
But anyways, after this filmy introduction, I just want to warn our viewers before time that we are two Mumbaikars meeting after a very long time.
Yes.
Right? So there'll be a lot of banter. There'll be a lot of Mumbai ki baatein. We think we are talking Hindi. I hope you follow that. but we'll try to keep it English to most part, but then Hindi will slip in. Hindi, Bombaya Bhasha.
Bombaya Hindi hona hi hai.
Exactly. So that is going to slip
Absolutely.
in. So forewarned, all of you. So let's start. The way we do this, Reshma ji, is that we start by asking you to give a brief introduction about yourself, and then we go through that entire expanse of your life journey as we kind of break one thing one at a time. We take one at a time. So how would you introduce yourself?
I'm Reshma Parulekar. By profession, I work in finance in Bhopal, but I'm a theatre artist and a dancer, trained dancer. So originally learned Bharatnatyam and then continued with folk. Then learned a bit of Kathak as well.
Wow.
And theatre is a passion. And back in India, of course, I've done professionally like experimental theatre as well as profession theatre as well. Did one of the movies, and it's been all working in that area.
Wow.
With family, I have a beautiful husband, my loving husband Sachin, and a son Aniket. He's a lawyer. So we've been here in Melbourne for last over 25 years now.
Fantastic.
And yeah, it's a beautiful life, beautiful journey so far.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you're just at a halfway mark, so I'm pretty sure the rest of the journey will also be equally beautiful.
Yes.
So what we'll do is we'll start to understand these last half, the first half, and then we'll do some manifestation and looking into the future kind of a thing for the second half. All right. Let's start from the start then. We have to go back to the days of Mumbai.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about growing up.
Growing up, so I'm born and brought up in Dadar, which is a very central part of Mumbai.
Yes.
It's a shopping, food, anything. It has to be Dadar. You have to go via Dadar for everything.
Correct.
So being a Dadarkar, it was great. Like my childhood was beautiful. My parents, I have a sister who's in US. Mom and dad both were working. So it was a happy life. Whatever we wanted, like I wanted to learn dance, whatever hobbies we had to do. I had done the gymnastics as well for a few years.
Wow.
I used to do rope malkham. So my parents never stopped us from doing anything. They always encouraged us and provided the required education for that one. So it was a beautiful life. Then schooling was done in Balmohan Vidya Mandir. Studied in Marathi medium.
Isn't this
in Shivaji Park?
Isn't this the same one where Sachin Tendulkar?
No, he's I think from Shardashram.
Shardashram, sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it was in Shivaji Park, and then my the uni or college days, like from Podar. So I've done my commerce, Bachelor of Commerce.
Fantastic.
So it was very happy, beautiful life. Yes, right? Absolutely.
So we have to expand this and make our viewers understand all these things. Right? We might have said a few things straight off, Dadar. You might have said, you have to set things in perspective. If I'm talking from a Melbourne perspective, Dadar is something like our Melbourne Central, right? Or something on those lines. I'll not be able to give a like for like equivalent to Dadar, but it is something like a Melbourne Central because you'll have trains coming from various directions there, and then that becomes a junction point if you have to, or even Flinders Street for that matter.
Actually, it is like
become Flinders Street in a way because you come from various locations there, and then you go wherever you want to go. Even if you want to go to Churchgate or CST, which is the end part of the station, you still have to come to Dadar.
Correct.
That is one part. The second part is for a few of us who lived in the extended suburbs of Mumbai. I'm from Bombay. The closest beach place I can get to had to be Dadar.
Because
if I have to come to some beach, I know you're from Dadar, but I don't think Dadar Chowpatty was the best place.
It's not that great. It used to be when my childhood days.
Correct.
It was very clean, neat.
But it is not like a Girgaon Chowpatty or a Juhu. Both of them have become bad now.
Correct.
But Dadar Chowpatty was still smaller. But that's the closest beach place we could get to. And every time we would get there, by the time we got to the beach itself, we would be pretty full. Because we would have snacked on so many things.
Food.
The street food. As you start walking, you will get your Krishna Vada Pav, and you'll get all these various eatery joints.
Yes.
And then you have your time at the beach, come back, then you have to have your So that is what Dadar is.
Absolutely.
Now that is for us as kids. But for my mom, she would have a different agenda altogether. She would have to buy her saris.
Yes, it's a big shopping, like hawkers, all the hawkers there, and it's main shopping area. So whoever has left Dadar also will come to Dadar to buy something. Even when I go there, at least one day I have to spend in Dadar.
Yes, absolutely right. Ghar ki yaad hai.
Absolutely.
I also had a little bit of a connection with the Dadar Matunga area because I did my schooling in Matunga, in Don Bosco's. So sadly, schooling time पे करके होते थे, पैसा नहीं होता था. तो जब पैसा आया तो we were not in Dadar. That's the only part I regret. But still, with that small limited pocket money that we would have, you would once in a while go to a Mani's for your coffee and idli,
dosa, sambar.
Correct.
Unlimited sambar.
Absolutely. And you go to your Poddar wala katta.
Yeah, correct.
Those are unforgettable memories that we have of the place. But आपके लिए, how was it for you? For us, it's like, अच्छा ठीक है भाई मैं आ रहा हूँ, but you're living in all of that.
Yeah. So it was easily available, right? So Shri Krishna ya Manju Vada, when we used to go to Chabildas for rehearsals, dance rehearsals. So mom used to give, and that time it was, I think, if I'm not wrong, 30 paisa, like 30 cents, one vada, and it was a huge vada. So if you eat two, that's it. Your lunch is sorted.
Yeah.
So it's just there. Like I used to live in that lane, so I could see that Manju vada from my balcony. So that, then you go to Chapati, then that Golgappe and all that stuff, bhel, sev puri, and there are like small even restaurants on that Ranere road. So that is the main road which leads to Chapati, Dadar Chapati, or Dadar, like that beach. So that road has lots of eateries plus your shopping. So all the hawkers downstairs, so they used to sit on the footpath, right? So we never had any issue staying. It was very safe for us.
Yeah.
So we used to keep an eye whenever our bus used to come on the opposite side of the footpath. So mom used to show them okay, my girls are coming down from the balcony, and then they will make sure that we cross the road safely. And then once we get down, they will let us cross the road on the other side and make sure we have gone inside.
Yeah.
So it was very safe. Price-wise, shopping mein there was something
most
called
discounted pricing.
Oh yes, there was something called Bapat Bhav. So Bapat is Bepat, like twice. So what they will do is, if the stuff is going to cost you 40 rupees, so they will say Bapat 80. So that means you give 40. Because then the other customers won't understand, and then they will pay for 80. Yes, they will pay 80, but we will pay 40.
Correct.
Or even sometimes they say, बाद में दे देना, अभी नहीं, we'll see separate later on.
Correct. Because they know how the locals are, no? It won't spoil the trick for us.
Yes. Even like vegetables and all, like mom used to send us, okay, go get it. There was a guy who used to come with fresh vegetables from Vasai. So she used to say, okay, go, I can see that he has got today these bananas, Vasai ka bananas, or he has got this stuff, go get it. So he used to just climb down, get the vegetables. Next door was a vegetable market. Behind us was like a flower market. So it was like everything within that radius. And then going to school is like just walk.
But then were you like a good girl kind of thing at that time, or would you say, if I'm going down, मेरे को साथ में ये भी एक चाहिए, chocolate चाहिए, nothing like that? अरे यार
नहीं यार बहुत तभी ये चांस ही नहीं था कि we could do it, like of course it was not like surplus, उतना दिया है उतना है. मतलब जैसे कि स्कूल में हम लोग के Saturday we used to were allowed to buy vadas, vada and chutney. So 2 vadas, 30 paisa vada. So we used to get 1 rupee every Saturday. That 1 rupee, 30 paisa, so 60 paisas you use for your vadas, 2 vadas, and Pepsi Cola मिलता था स्कूल में. So that 30 paisa is for Pepsi Cola, and get that 10 paisa back. So never keep
pocket money करके नहीं.
Pocket money का तो मतलब उस टाइम पे ये था ही नहीं, मतलब
कैसे थे हमारे parents seriously. But maybe because they're like that, I think we have grown up nicely.
Yeah, so
our kids though,
pocket money and all came later. Even for uni days, I remember college days, like you used to ask कि आज कहीं मतलब after the rehearsal, क्योंकि college के बाद ड्रामा रिहर्सल होती थी, उसके बाद रुकना है या वो सैंडविच खाने जाना है या मनीज में जाना है, तो उसके लिए 10 रुपए या like whatever you give it. I used to ask. It was not like कि हर हफ्ते में इतना pocket money मिलेगा.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं. So I think in that sense we were just a slight bit lucky because both my sister and I we had a bit of a distance to travel for our schools. So mom would always give us little cash. But ऐसा नहीं कि वो खर्चना है. So we also would be scared कि अरे पूछा तो क्या करेंगे, है 10 रुपया लेकिन use नहीं कर सकते, right? So that kind of, but this small memories that we have, this is the best, right?
It's best.
School ke bahar we used to have this imli,
imli, and then वो bora, So all these over that green body shape, soft.
Correct, and the wet one.
Correct, wet one.
All of this. I think all of us like school के बार ये hawkers का same set होता था शायद. They would probably go with this masala wala. Oh my God.
Gone those days.
Gone are those days, and I think I'll have to move away from this topic और ना ये इसी direction में चला जाएगा. So let's start with the art part of it. You said that you got into this very early on, that you did some acting on theatre and movies, etc. Talk us through that.
So when I was really young, like 5 and a half, so I used to TV naya aaya tha, so I used to stand in front of TV and kuch bhi dance, I used to dance on the song. So mom realized my liking for dance. So in our lane, there was a Chabildas High School. So the guru, my Bharatnatyam guru Parvati Kumar. So he used to run the classes there. And Sulbha Deshpande, who had started Avishkar group, theatre group, Sulbha Deshpande and Arvind Deshpande. So Sulbha, very reputed. Sulbha Deshpande is a very well known name in Hindi industry as well. So and she had done amazing work. So she had started this Avishkar theatre group, and then started like a Avishkar Chandrashala is a division for kids, basically, so for younger kids. So she was Sulbha Maushi was my mom's teacher, drawing teacher. So that's how mom.
The same Sulbha Deshpande was your mom's drawing teacher.
Yeah. So she used to teach in Chabildas Girls High School, and my mom was in Chabildas Girls High School.
So your mom's also from Dadar.
Yeah, she's from Matunga. So that's how my mom came to know that she runs classes there and someone teaches there. So she took me one day there, and then Dada, like Guru Parvati Kumar, we used to call him Dada. So Dada said, no, we can't take the kids at that young stage because in young age, because they don't understand the rhythm that well. They need to know the counting, they need to be able to write it. So then Sulbha she said, okay, if you don't mind, just let her come every Sunday, make her stand here, she can watch. So every Sunday morning, I used to go there with mom, stand there. And then so slowly standing there, I used to follow what he was saying. And then he saw that and he said, "Nan, I'll take back my words." So there is no age to learn. If you have already within you that art. So there is no age to learn it. And then I was 5.5 years old when I actually first time joined Chandrashala group. Wow. And then I did few dance dramas like Nritya Natya, basically. So first one was Apna Hat Jagannath. And that time Dada used to run Bharatnatyam classes as well. So I got to learn for almost 4 years there from him.
So you went to watch Bharatnatyam only, or you went to watch
it was not
plays?
No, he used to run Bharatnatyam classes. So I went to watch, basically I went there to join the class, but initially he said no, because she needs to know the counting and everything. So he said no, let her come, but not now. But then when he saw me doing it, I was the first one at that young age, because otherwise everyone was, I think, about 8 years old. So I was the 5.5 who was first time joined that. And then so Bharatnatyam classes were going on, but at the same time he was choreographing one dance musical, which is Apna Hat Jagannath. So their shows were already on and it was in progress. So one of the girls, she had some surgery, so she was not able to perform. So then Sulbha she said, okay, will you be able to perform? Like, yeah, sure. So that's how my first entry was, through that Nritya Natya, Apna Hat Jagannath. Then there was another one, Panchatantra, Pungiwala, we did it for the TV. Then Pandit Tuji Akkal Shendit. And then the last one which I did was Durga Zali Gauri, which was very famous. And I think they still have shows going on. It's like generations and generations have performed in Durga Zali Gauri. And it's one of the famous, longest running and famous.
Everyone all knows. Dance dramas.
It's a dance drama. So all the songs, dialogues, everything is recorded rhythmic, and it's all dance. And that time we used to have, do you remember those reels, big ones? So you connect that one to other one, and it goes like while it's playing, it goes to correct. That's how the whole recording was. It used to play on that one.
But this used to come on TV, or
no, we used to perform the shows like.
But they would record it as well.
Yes, no, the songs were recorded.
Oh,
so in the side wings, it will play that record. But most of the performances we did it in Chabildas itself, because Chabildas had a not theater as if, but it's more like an experimental theater. So it had a nice stage and the audience sitting at the same level.
Correct.
So it was purely for experimental theatre.
Theatre. Okay.
So we used to perform there. Then Gadkari Rangayatan in Thane, Ravindra Mandir, Shivaji Mandir. In Pune we did it, Bal Gandharva, and few other ones.
And all of this at that younger age where you travel as part of the troupe.
We've been to like a lot of places like Delhi. We went to, I think, Nagpur. I don't remember all places, but we used to travel for like Daure, basically, you know, like we used to travel a lot for that one. And it was like a big family.
Yeah.
We were almost 75 kids in there, and it was a big family. So whole weekend we'll spend there together from morning 9 o'clock till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. There was no limit to go home.
Amazing experience.
But always, like Sulbama used to say, Nana, first concentrate on your studies. That should not impact. So how much ever she was dedicated to the theatre, but it was always that training, education was given that your studies are also important. So you need to finish that first. And this is your hobby. Yes, you do it, but pursue it as a career once you have done your education.
But were you a good student as well? You could balance both?
I was study-wise, yeah, I was average, I'll say. I was not extraordinary. I could have, that's what my mom used to say, that, you know, you have a potential to do it. But I had more liking for dance and drama. Yeah. So my whole heart was there, or any other art apart from studies, like a book studies, basically, you know. But yeah, I did well in my education. So yeah, after degree, I joined a bank. I was working in a bank, Central Bank of India. But this one on the side, yes, it was going on. I took a break for 2 years. When I joined Samartha Vyayam Mandir, where I was doing the rope malkham, so gymnastics. So I was learning there, and I was performing interstate competitions. During school days, from my grade 7 to grade 9, I was doing this.
You were doing this.
Yeah. And when I was in grade 7, I did one movie as well. It was Narad Vivaha. Until at least a year ago, we all used to think that वो डब्बे में गई है, वो कभी मतलब publish हुई नहीं है, telecast हुई नहीं है. So we used to think that, and then the other day, like I think a year ago, I was just sitting at home यहाँ पे, and like ढूंढ के देखते यार YouTube पे कुछ तो मिलेगा, नारद विवाह डाल के तो देखते, ज्यादा से ज्यादा नहीं आएगा, कुछ भी नहीं आएगा, like it's fine. So I was just, and my husband was watching TV, and I was like searching it. And I found a movie. It's there. So that
means that you have done.
Yes.
Wow.
It's there. So immediately I showed him. I sent it to my all friends because 7 of us had acted there. I was in grade 7, and total 7 of us, 7 girls from Durga Sali Gauri. They had selected 7 girls to show Narad's 7 sons.
Is this Marathi movie or Hindi movie?
Asrani was in lead role. Asrani and Vikram Gokhale. Then
I always remember this. Like, you know, I don't have the recollection of where we would have seen this. But Vikram Gokhale as Vishnu and Asrani as Narad is the most common thing we remember. You know?
Narayana. Yeah. So he was in the lead role, and then we were his 7 kids.
Okay.
And we had fun. Like it was like we were all pampered on the set. Like abhi wo pasina aaya. So like someone will come with that malmal ka cloth and like uricol and water, and then someone will do the makeup. Acha nahi abhi ye baal theek karo and all.
So you had all your star tantrums.
Oh yeah, in that movie, yes, we all 7 of us we did it. So I immediately sent it to all 7 of them. We are still in touch. So I sent it to them. Like, see, I thought that our movie is not there, but it's there.
The link भेजिए बाद में. We'll also put it for our viewers.
Oh my god. Yeah, so yeah, that's how. And then in college, all intercollegiate competitions. Then after college, I used to do other outside competitions, one act plays, drama, like Rajya Natya Spardha, state competition, which was a very prestigious one. So I have got a medal for that acting. In Hindi, I had done one play, so I have that silver medal from.
So this is from Maharashtra.
From state, yeah, state. Yeah, it's all like it happens at state level. From different states, all the entries, like every state will have their center, and the plays will happen there. They select the plays and then judge it accordingly, and then give the medal. So to get that state level medal, it's very prestigious. Yeah,
absolutely. You'll be competing against the best of the best.
Yeah.
You said a few things, so let's probably double click on those if you don't mind.
Yep.
You talked about experimental theatre, and you talked about the formal theatre, traditional. So can you help us understand the difference between these?
So exactly, it's professional is like it's for your all professional viewers, basically, like your family dramas and all that, like जो भी हम लोग main theaters में जाके we watch all those plays. So those are like professionally done. It's not that Prayogic is not professionally done. It's equally, the quality wise, it's equally that intense and, performed in professional way. But it's more like there you have a liberty of handling different topics.
Subject wise,
presentation wise, it will have. So generally, most of the professional dramas will have a set, boxed set. Completely like घर का सेट है या it keeps changing, कभी उसमें रेस्टोरेंट बन जाता है, कभी कुछ बन जाता है. So it's a proper set. For experimental theater, it's more like you can have minimal set and it's more like your visualization about it. खाली प्लेटफॉर्म होगा या यहाँ पे बेंच रखा है या चेयर रखी है. So it can be any other. You visualize it कि यहाँ पे अच्छा ये घर है या ये है. So it's doing an experiment in that theater.
Okay. It's experimental with the way you're presenting it also. It's experimental with the topics.
Absolutely.
Correct. So you can take
your set,
it in a bold way or...
Yes, correct.
Oh, wonderful one. And you have done both, you said.
So, and professionally, you said it's like more commercial. So commercial theater and experimental theater. So that's how you can differentiate it.
So if I were to use a movie parlance, it's more like they used to say parallel cinema back in the days.
Correct.
What our Girish Karnad etc. used to do.
Correct. Yes.
Versus what would happen.
Versus what is like mainstream, like I don't remember much. Yeah, correct. All those heroes.
Correct.
It's more for like a wider public. Generally, what will appeal in any areas. Like it's not like only in main cities. Anyone will enjoy.
Correct.
Experimental theater has their own audience. It's a different audience liking for that, but because not everyone will like experimental theater, not necessarily, but it's not like you can't say okay, this is better and that is better. No, like quality wise or standard wise, everything is high standard, but it's just the way things are handled and things are presented. So it has more like, that's why it's called experimental, because you're doing some experiment there and you have that liberty of doing experiment.
And what did you like more?
I like experimental theater more.
Better. Okay. All right. So thanks for explaining that part to us. But we'll come back to probably some of these things that were happening, multiple things that were happening around around the school and school time, etc. Now you clarified that it's probably not in your family. It was just you who went into this, right? It's not that you had anyone in your family into this, or
not in my family, but my parents, my mom and dad. Actually, they used to act when they were in college. And very recently, I'll say, because I think it's 4-5 years ago, when my mom passed away, I had gone back to India to collect stuff, I found my few papers where my dad had written a play. I didn't know that. I haven't read it yet, but I have kept it that one day I might do it something with that. He had written it. I don't know whether it's relevant for current situation or current days, but
period
हो सकता है. So I didn't know that he used to write. That I came to know very recently, because I lost my dad very early. Like I was in, so he was 52 when I lost him. So I was 27. 27, 28. But yeah, so I didn't know that he had written all that because it was all in a file folder, and I just got that folder here. And then when I was cleaning up, I'm like, okay, so maybe it was in my genes.
Correct.
I can say that it was in my genes, which I was not aware of. But yeah.
But it worked out like this. Yeah. Beautiful. Acha. So now I do have a few more things, but we'll keep coming back to this because this is going to be the theme of. Now we'll go back to a little bit of the.
Green hai. I don't know, it's turned down, but I can see the light there.
So we'll come back to some Shivaji Park. We'll keep doing like this so that we spice things up a bit as well. So tell me a little bit about Shivaji Park. Again, for the sake of our viewers, I will have to tell you that Shivaji Park is as central as it gets to the cultural aspect of Mumbai. Whenever you hear of these mega rallies and mega speeches, especially with Bala Saheb, his Dasara rallies and all, that would be one massive thing. The other massive thing that would happen is from the cricketing perspective. So all our great cricketing heroes that we know of from Mumbai, starting with Tendulkar, have had something to do with the Shivaji Park side of the. So how was that experience? Would you keep going there often? How was that cultural exchange or the cultural richness that you would see there?
My school, Balmon Vidya Mandir, it was next to Shivaji Park. So whenever we used to have our PT period,
Dadar Shivaji Park.
physical training. Yeah. So we used to, because our school didn't have any ground. So Shivaji Park was our own ground. So we used to go to Shivaji Park for like, and Saturday mornings, there will be all that kawayat and all, like you do all those things. Shivaji Park. So that's how always connected to Shivaji Park. And when I, like, as I said, I was in Samartha Vyayam Mandir for 2 years. So that Samartha Vyayam Mandir is located within Shivaji Park, in that oval. So always like all training and everything was there. So as soon as we used to go there at, I think it was 6 o'clock, it used to start our session. So first thing is do 2 rounds, chakkars to the whole Shivaji Park.
Oh my God.
So do 2 chakkars and then start. That is a warm up. And then start the session. So it used to be always, connected to Shivaji Park.
Fantastic. And did you get to go to any of these rallies, etc. also?
No, we didn't. I never attended that one. Yeah.
Because I think that can be pretty overwhelming. Actually.
Yeah, so no, we never attended. I think we were busy in other things, like more activities. Because Saturday, Sunday is like our Chabildas mein practices.
Correct.
So you don't have time for anything else. Like subah 9 baje, I think we used to go there. So raat tak chalta hai, rehearsals, full day rehearsals. So khana wana sab wahin pe.
So another, my memories of Shivaji Park, again, I have probably not spent time the way you did, neither have I gone to these rallies. But Siddhivinayak was another thing we would constantly do, right? So again, Siddhivinayak hai, lekin raste to 10 hai jaane ko. तो कभी आप पोर्तुगीज चर्च के ऊपर से जाओ, कभी उल्टा घूम के वहां से चौपाटी के पास से आओ, तो फिर शिवाजी पार्क के ऊपर से आओ. So you keep doing all this, and those are the memories that I would have of Shivaji.
Those days were like, at least, like, darshan was easily possible. Abhi I've heard ki lambe queues hote hain wahan pe, and it's hard to get.
As much as I want to go, like when you think of all this, you're like, "Arey yaar, chhod jaane de."
Because you're there for a short period of time, right? If I have to stand for 2-3 hours in the line, in the
just
queue,
to get
then I'm like, I can't afford to.
Even on Tuesdays, we haven't struggled as much to get darshan in those days as much as we in a regular day.
Correct. Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, again, so those were some fun memories.
Highlights of.
Tell us a little bit about. How was it? Again, I'm going to the childhood part, but not from the art perspective, but just some other fun activities. Were you said your mom was also from Mumbai, so
mom, dad both.
Vacation जाना है तो मुंबई में ही है, नहीं और कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं.
नहीं, vacation मुंबई में नहीं है.
I mean, vacation we used to be like Ajji Chakri Dawiya, like go to
my Ajji was in Matunga. So basically, my Ajji means dad's mom. She passed away when I was 6. So it was very young age, like when I was very young. So most of my time was spent at my other Ajji, like mom's mom. She was in Matunga, and that was close to school as well. So my mom was a pathologist originally, and then she did her B.Ed, and then she joined our school, but that was when I was in grade 7. So it was pretty late. So
got to spend a lot of time.
But for me, so that's why when my dad's mom, she passed away, it was all like mom was working. She had her own pathology. So that's why everything was at our other Ajji's place, like mom's place in Matunga.
West.
So Matunga, West Shivaji Park. It was like Dadar Matunga is almost like
next to
very thin boundary.
Correct.
It's called Matunga. Exactly, actually, it's like that, So she was there. So school se nikal ke, matlab ghar pe koi nahi hai, so go to Ajji's place.
Correct.
So it was always there in not even like Mumbai, it's like in almost Dadar Matunga, like neighborhood. Correct. But for holidays, like we had one of my Atya used to live in Pune. My dad's friends were in Pune. So for us, anything in holidays, we will go to Pune or they'll come here and then we'll roam around. But yeah, we used to travel.
Family
vacations, yes.
तो coming back, तो अब ये सब तो बचपन की बातें हो गई. As you were growing up, you did, and by the way, you didn't know about the gymnastics part. So that is, we'll try to see how that has helped you or how that still persists. So थोड़ा पता कराएंगे. But you said you became a banker after that.
Yes.
Okay. So how was that journey?
That was also accidental. Because I was in last year, and one of my friend in Podar College. So she said, today I'm going to walk with you because I have to go near your house. I'm like, okay, fine, let's come. So she said, come with me. I want to go to, I think it was in Shardashram Vidyalaya, that school. I don't remember exactly. But she said, I have to collect the form there, complete the form and fill the form and pay the fees. It was some 10 rupees or something for the form. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll come with you. And when we went there, she said, just fill up, yaar, kar lena. I'm like, I don't know anything about it. I haven't even thought about it. No, let's do it. Just fill up the form. Okay. तो जाके उसके साथ फॉर्म भर दिया. अब फॉर्म भर दिया, फिर एग्जाम तो माय मॉम स्टार्टेड सेइंग कि अरे क्या होता है उसमें, एटलीस्ट पता तो कर, क्योंकि एंट्रेंस एग्जाम थी वो बैंक के लिए. सो एटलीस्ट पता तो कर कि क्या होता है उसमें, व्हाट इज सपोज्ड टू स्टडी. लाइक नहीं यार, हु विल स्टडी, लाइक बहुत हो गया अभी, हु विल स्टडी. सो शी सेड एटलीस्ट फाइंड आउट. वन ऑफ माय स्कूल फ्रेंड, शी वाज आल्सो अपीयरिंग फॉर दैट एग्जाम. So she was going for class. उसके क्लासेस भी होते थे apparently. तो वो बोली एटलीस्ट उसके पास एक दिन जा एंड आस्क हर कि तुझे एग्जाम पेपर, लाइक एग्जाम के क्या सैंपल पेपर्स अगर उसके पास कुछ है तो शो इट टू हर. लाइक ओके फाइन. So because mom forced, I went to her house and she gave me one paper each. So 3 subjects होते थे. I think one is English, second one is maths, and third one is IQ. So she gave me one each. I came home, I read it and like, oh my god, अभी अगले हफ्ते एग्जाम है. I can't study all these. This is like beyond my understanding, and I won't be able to study all these complicated things just within a week. जाने दे, जो होगा भगवान भरोसे, जो होगा सो देखा जाएगा. And I went to the exam paper. The only thing I knew is like solve it as early as possible, as quickly as possible, so you can attempt all of the questions. So on a general knowledge basis, I completed everything, and everyone was like, after the exam, like, so difficult. It was so difficult. Like, nah, I'm not going to get it. Result, I think it used to come in the newspaper. I think that result. Correct. So bank का कुछ time पे. So my mom said, at least find out your, मैं सोई थी, उठ जा, result आया है, पता कर. And I was least interested in finding out कि क्या हुआ है. मालूम है क्या होने वाला है. हाँ, मालूम है, क्योंकि I was like, everyone said, and even that friend who had actually done like you joined the classes, she said it was so difficult. I'm like, मुझे तो मिलने वाला है नहीं. I got it. You got it. I passed. And then interview था. So इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे
फ्रेंड का क्या हुआ भाई?
उसको नहीं, वो उसका ये हुआ. नो होल्ड ऑन, आई थिंक she didn't get it. She didn't get it. Yeah, because she didn't come for the interview. No, she didn't get it. तो मेरा इंटरव्यू पे आया. Then mom said, okay, one of mom's friend, she was in a bank, so she said, just let's go to her place. ये होता था तभी, बहुत होता था कि अरे ये इसमें है, उसके पास जा, just ask, take some guidance. ये होता, like okay fine. So only one point I took it from her, because see, I was in Marathi medium, and that time only grade 8, 9, 10 we used to have science, maths in English only with the numbers. It was not like you have to write in English. So it was bit so for conversation it was very difficult, challenging in school days. Sorry, college days. So I'm like, okay, I'll see what to do. So वो बोले कि do one thing, पहले 2-3 सवाल जो है इंग्लिश में आंसर कर दे, and then you ask, can I speak in Marathi? अरे वाह, okay. I'm like, okay, can you do that? I didn't know that. Like, yes, she said, yeah, you can do that. And most of them will say yes, then it will be convenient for you. Like, okay, fine. So I went to the interview, and 4 of them were Maharashtrians and one was Gujarati, but he understood Marathi very well. So again, after 2-3 questions, I said, so if you are okay, can I answer questions in Marathi? And yeah. So whole interview happened in Marathi. Smooth, very smooth, and it was very casual. Like they said, oh, but are you happy to travel? I'm like, yeah, for my theater and all, I travel, a lot. They said, no. One of them said, no, but generally people are even not happy when you tell them, okay, Dadar branch say go to Borivali branch. I said, he said, and like, no, I travel. तो वो कुछ दूसरा कुछ बोला. मैं बोला नहीं, आपके सवाल को जवाब नहीं दे रहे हो, मैं उनके सवाल को जवाब दे रही हूँ. It was like very casual. मैं बोला जो मन में आया मैंने बोल दिया. Even then said, okay, which subjects you have? Like these. One of the subjects is IOM, Industrial Organization and Management. So he said, okay, just tell us briefly what is in IOM. Sorry, I haven't studied. 2 महीने में एग्जाम थी. Well, I haven't studied. Like last minute study. I said, yeah, I'll study last minute and then I'll do it. Correct. And then I passed the interview and I got the job even before I got my degree. So I joined Central Bank of India and undergrad scale, and they had told us that as soon as you get your degree certificate, you will go get the postgrad scale. So that's how I joined. And
this is like banker, as in like a.
I was in cash department. Okay. As like a counter teller.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. Okay.
But I was in head office, so our one department, so our cash department was as big as one of the branch. Oh, so it's like it was that pretty big, because it was a head office. It was in Hutatma Chowk.
अच्छा, तो that was the travel they were talking about कि बीटी आ जाओ.
हाँ, मतलब वहाँ से यहाँ नहीं बोलते हैं, वहाँ से नहीं, it was near Churchgate. So that was
दोनों जगह से जा सकते हैं.
Fort Flora Fountain.
Correct. So good
So
for you.
yeah, like दादर से train पकड़ो and then get down at Churchgate and just walk.
Correct.
So it was I think 5-7 minutes walk.
For any of us who understand Mumbai, I think automatically your head would be figuring out, अरे ये तो दादर में तो सब ट्रैफिक उतर जाता है, आराम से जाओ.
It was not आराम से. I used to hang like stand in the
really from Dadar to
because you can't get in. Not VT, not Churchgate. So you can't get in. It's already packed. Office time.
दादर में नहीं थे लोग इतने.
दादर में नहीं, दादर सिर्फ मतलब पैक होके आगे चली जाती थी.
अच्छा, हम लोग सेंट्रल वाले लोग ना.
सेंट्रल में दादर में उतरते थे because
Churchgate आना है, so because they have to change to this side. Correct.
So it used to be very crowded. So never got to sit. I always traveled hanging, बार को पकड़ के खड़े रहते हैं. So always travel like that.
Fun days there. Absolutely. अच्छा. तो so that is how this journey has started. अभी quickly अपन क्या करते हैं कि थोड़ा मेलबर्न तक का जर्नी के ऊपर आते हैं and then we'll come back to because I have a lot of questions. I'm super excited. So okay, so walk us through that part. Like how does the bank journey in which bank did you say?
Central Bank
of India. Say Melbourne tak ka safar. How does that happen?
So after working for 2 years, then I got married. So Sachin came in my life, and then we moved to Ville Parle. Because he used to live in Ville Parle.
Downgrade हो गया.
Downgrade. No, it's a beautiful. Now I go and stay in Ville Parle only because
it's closer from the airport also.
No, but like Sachin's cousin Atte Babu, like so he lives in Ville Parle. Right. So I go and stay with them.
East.
In Ville Parle East, very close to market. Yeah.
So again, I think folks, for people who probably understand Mumbai very well, you will relate to all these things. But people those who don't, the earliest settlements in Mumbai used to be around what is the South Bombay. So Girgaon used to be that popular place where a lot of Maharashtrians lived. Then it slowly slipped out to Dadar, which itself was seen as a boundary.
Yeah.
Then it went towards the Ville Parle, which is probably the extent to which it was. Madhuri Dixit is from Ville Parle, by the way. Uske bahar there was no word. But then the Thanes and the Dombivlis, etc.
Like, now it's even beyond that. Like previously, Thane used to, I still remember my mom's Maushi, like aunt used to live in Thane. So we used to get down, like take auto, get down at that Naka, Czech Naka at Mulund, and then just walk across the border and take another rickshaw. So Thane was not even part of Mumbai. Yeah, now it's like...
because if you're crossing that way, they would charge you more money.
Yes. So no, they were not allowed to go.
They were not allowed only.
Autos were not allowed to go on the other side.
Correct.
So it was a Czech Naka. So you get down, that that bar comes down, like it's a thing. So you have to get down, walk other side, and there will be other autos standing there. You catch an auto and then go.
Fata, that's what we used to call
correct, Fata, yes.
So sometimes we know these places as names of places. So near Dombivli or something called Shield Fata. Like everybody Shield Fata, but then you need to know that the name of the place is Shield and Fata is the...
Fata is that bar comes down,
Correct. Oh, wow.
So, so then, I got married. We stayed... in Ville Parle for a year. Then all of us bought a bigger house in Borivali. So we moved to Borivali. And then like travel a lot, like from Borivali to Kandivali. It's all because of my husband's job. So we traveled. Then we gave birth to our beautiful son, Aniket. Yeah. So he was I think he was 4. We were in Mumbai. And then my husband got a job in Bangalore first. So we moved to Bangalore. We stayed there for I stayed there for 2 years, but on and off because within 6 months my husband came here in 2020.
2000,
not 2020. 2000. He came here, and then initially it was 6 weeks, then became 6 months, and then he was not coming back. So we both came here, and we were like on and off, both of us.
But your son would have been very young then, from a schooling perspective.
Yeah. So he did his schooling like grade
partly 2, there,
partly here. So he did his very early stage in Mumbai and Bangalore then, and then from grade 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. And then when he went back, he did bit of 4 and bit of 5, grade 5 in Bangalore, because we were here because of Sachin's, my husband's project. We had to go back for a year and a half. So we went there. He did bit of schooling there, and then came back here again.
Oh my God! Language would have been like super confusing for him.
Yeah.
Did he have to learn Kannada and all?
No, he actually in his that not primary. Your prep, what do you call it, pre-prep, those days, he had learned one Kannada song,
No.
Anagadda roti tappa, something like. I
By
just
the way, that roti is
roti.
what
Yeah, that's what we are.
correct.
Okay. So that's
Roti angadi ki tappa.
something.
Correct.
Yeah, he used to say something at home, and I just picked up the words from him. That's it. But it was not compulsory because it was an international school, ran international. So, it was an ICSE board.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
So study-wise, it was all like uniform. What he used to do in Mumbai, he continued the same thing in Bangalore.
So that worked out well.
Yeah, that worked out well. So that was not a problem. And then so my husband, like his work was more here. That's how we moved to Bangalore, back from Bangalore to Melbourne.
To Melbourne, okay.
And then again in 2005, 6-7, for 1.5 years, we were back in Bangalore again for the work. And then my son was like, "Nah, I don't want to stay here. I want to go back to Bangalore." Melbourne. It's the more like so for study wise, he had no issues. So he was doing well when we went back. That also he picked up. He was very competitive and everything. That was not a problem. But he's extracurricular. So here he was doing karate. He was doing swimming. So you just name the sport, and he loves. He's a sports person, same like my husband. So he was missing on all that because when we went back, they used to have cycle test. नहीं कल टेस्ट है आज टेनिस मत जा नो कल you have this one आज मतलब ये मत कर swimming stop this so he was very annoyed with all those things and he said nah I want to go back to Melbourne because that's what and then 2007 we moved for good like nah we can't go
okay,
so then we settled here
and now we come to the part of how this journey has started.
The Melbourne journey started.
So how the Reshma Parulekar we know today, how did that journey start? Let's get to that now. I'm loving this.
So at least for a few years, I was not at all associated with anything. So when my son was born,
last time you did theatre was probably when you were in Mumbai.
Correct.
After
so
that you had not done.
The last one, the place wise I did was the Sangeet Natak, Sangeet Bavankari, which was after our engagement was the last show I did, and that was solely my decision to stop it because I wanted. So you're starting a new life, right? When you get married, so you want to concentrate on that.
Correct.
Because Natak, there is no time to come home and all that, like come late nights and
correct.
You don't. Initial stage because that was all the struggling stage, right? So you don't have such family life. So like no, when I get married, I'll stop doing it.
Was it easy though to stop that way?
Yeah, I had decided. So I stopped.
So
literally, I used to get like my dad used to say, like I had done one play with Dr. Girisho. So he had someone called, like he gave you a reference, and someone called. They wanted. I said no, I don't want to do it. And it was a complete my decision that no, I don't want to do it. I have decided I won't do it. And then when my son was 2, I decided that okay, I'll start again slowly.
Right.
So serials. So that time now it's Z Marathi, right? So that time it was the name was different, Z Marathi. So that was first channel apart from Doordarshan had started. So I started in one small TV serial. So every episode was a different episode, different story. So I did a couple of shoots then, and then we moved to Bangalore.
Achha, okay.
Because that also stopped. So it's like, okay, fine. I was happy because, I had decided to be full-time mom. And my husband used to travel a lot for work. So from Bangalore, he used to travel to Melbourne.
He was always in ANZ or earlier?
Yes, no. Before that he was in development, but from Bangalore time he was in. He joined the ANZ Bangalore. Yeah, from there he used to travel here, and when we moved here, he started traveling to Bangalore and other like Singapore, New Zealand, China, Hong Kong. You just name it. Like literally 3 weeks there, 1 week in Melbourne. So he used to travel a lot. So someone had to be with my son.
Correct.
So we said, nah, that was a decision taken, like a joint decision that if we can afford just me not working and we still maintain the same life, it's fine.
Sure.
So till he was 10, then I started working part time. But till 2010 I was not at all associated with any art thing. So
you've taken a long pause.
It was a long one. And then again someone said some Sammelan is happening, Maharashtra Mandal. Akhil Australia Marathi Sammelan in 2010. So someone said, oh, someone is doing this. join. And that's how I entered. So initially did few plays, choreographed some dances for Maharashtra Mandal programs. And then slowly I formed my own dance group, Rhythm and Folk. So I used to have annual shows. I used to run the classes every Sunday mornings. And that journey was going on. Then met another two friends, whom three of us then decided that no, we need to do something for theatre, because Maharashtra Mandal is there, but the aim or the object of Maharashtra Mandal is different. It's not just pure cultural, it's not just the theatre group. Correct. So we have to do something purely for theatre. So that's how this Melbourne Indian Theatre came into picture, that a not-for-profit organization, and we decided it purely a platform for theatre, and that too experimental theatre. So yeah, and then that's how the journey started.
This
and
was about roughly 2013, 2012 time frame? Or?
Yeah, so so I've been doing it since 2010, but Correct. It was for Maharashtra Mandal's program or somewhere outside. So dance, choreographing the dance, acting, that was all going on. I started Rhythm and Folk in 2015, the dance group, and it's still going on. We still perform at Federation Square, Diwali programs and all. So wherever possible, we still do it. But then the time-wise, the commitment was more required for theatre group. Correct. So that we formed in 2018.
Oh, okay. It's 2018.
We started that.
About 7 or 8 years.
Yes, 7 years now.
Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful.
And it's an ongoing journey.
And some phenomenal work you all have done.
Yeah. And now, like, my son is now grown up, right? He's an adult and he's working, and so he's independent. So have more time, to totally give it, like, dedicate to, the theatre. So, Correct. Yeah.
And walk us through, I mean, you all have done, by the way, although Melbourne Indian Theatre expands to MIT, or the short form can be MIT, but that's
no, we call it now My Theatre.
My Theatre, yes. Correct. So, but the MIT also has a nice touch, no? You can
but
say that
we realize that
graduate.
Now there are a lot of MITs, and that's why we said, okay, it's MI Theatre. So My Theatre, it's my own theatre.
Yes,
so that's why we said, okay, let's call it My Theatre.
Even the name is experimented.
Yes, correct. Everything is experimental.
But you have done quite a few. How many plays have you staged so far?
Oh, it's hard to say. 20-30 odd plays we must have been, including one-act plays and the full-length plays.
Years,
we must have done 20 at least. Yeah, one-act plays and all, because we generally have at least 3 programs in a year. So some of them will have 2 plays, like 2 ekankika, one-act plays in the program. So that way, it's 20 odd productions maybe. And of course, it's not everything is directed by me. It's like different directors. They are directing it, so it's open to whoever is willing to project there, put their talent. So
and language wise also multiple.
Language wise also, we have done Marathi, Hindi, English. So initially, yes, because it's your mother tongue, right? So it's very convenient to start with your own mother tongue, because the community, they know you. So obviously, getting the audience Correct. Initially, approaching them, it's convenient.
It's easier, right.
So we started with Marathi, and then slowly we did in Hindi, English.
Started experimenting that
yes,
way.
absolutely, to reach more wider audience.
And I do have some question as a follow-up on that, but I'll come to that later. But help us, you want to talk about some of your play in particular, because I think Bandini particularly became extremely popular, and if I can use the term, viral. So.
Yes, absolutely, because Bandini is, I think, must be the one produced in Melbourne, I think it must be the only one which had, I think we did 14-15 shows.
Wow.
Here in Melbourne, Melbourne we did 5 shows, 1 in Canberra, and we did 7 shows in India, Mumbai and Pune.
Amazing.
So we did 3 in Mumbai, 4 in Pune, so 7 shows there, and then we came back and then we performed 3 shows in La Mama. I think that was the International Language Festival. So we performed there as well in Melbourne. So if you say 5 plus 6, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16 shows of a Marathi play Yeah, and it was like a,
fabulous, actually.
that whole team was actually very, like, it's very rarely it happens that every aspect of it was right. Writing, direction, actors, music, lights, everything coming together. It very rarely it happens. So yeah, that's
my closest experience to something like this was a play that we had done in 2010 time frame. This is more on the cultural level, I would say, not theatre in this sense, but more the cultural theatres, like in a where you have a cultural gathering and you might do, and let's say Swami Samarthan or play kilo, that kind of stuff, right? So it's equivalent to that is what we had done on Raghavendra Swamiji.
Yep.
So what would happen is there would be one annual function that would happen, and it had become kind of that one play somebody will stage that time, right? But it just so happened that this play started becoming so popular that our count is probably not as much as yours, but where I'm able to relate to is that you became a traveling troupe.
Yeah.
And that is the fun aspect, like, okay, theek hai, ek jagah kar liya.
Correct, yeah.
Then the same team, you all live in New Jersey, so chalo New Jersey mein ek aur group kar liya. But then when suddenly somebody says Washington now, that requires different calculation.
Correct.
Koi bolta Canada, that requires different calculation.
Yeah.
Then especially when somebody says ki India mein aake karo, that is a complete different calculation altogether in terms of how you manage, because some actors will say I can't come. So then you have to figure out
and it did happen that one of the team member couldn't actually. Yeah, one of the team member couldn't, unfortunately, because of personal couldn't join us. And then like, oh, who will do it? Because we want to go to India. It's because it doesn't happen. Generally, the all the plays come from there. Not anything going from here. And from US it has happened. So from US the plays were taken to India. But nothing happened from Australia.
So this
was the first time it was happening, and we don't want to leave this opportunity of taking a play to India.
Absolutely.
And now what? But fortunately we found a replacement.
In India
yes. No, from here.
Here only. Okay.
Because the challenging part was that all of us should travel and ready to travel at the same time to India.
Correct.
For that period of time.
Everybody should match their leaves.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's God's grace. Maybe it had to happen. So it happened. Fantastic. That everyone was ready to actually travel, and the replacement we found that she was going to, as it is going to go, be in India during that time.
So it just worked out.
So we asked, and she was more than happy to join the team, and thanks to her that because of her we could actually perform there. Otherwise the last part would have been finding someone from there, but it would have been then challenging because the rapport and everything. So you had to do then more rehearsals, and it was like literally so I was some of us were reaching on 18th, one person was 19, and a couple of them were prior to that. But on 28th we did one single rehearsal in Mumbai. We traveled to Pune. We did 4 continuous shows from 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. 24th, 25th morning, we started from Pune. We reached Mumbai. 25th, we did night show. 25th, 26th, 27th, 3 shows in Mumbai. So it's like at a stretch continuously 7 days we performed the shows. Literally how people do it in India, कि यहाँ से वहाँ, यहाँ से वहाँ जाना है, and that's how we did all those 7 shows. So within that 7 days, we had to finish everything.
So tell me one thing, and give me your personal perspective also, and maybe as a professional as well. See, when you do a stage show once, it's exciting. Maybe you do it a second, third time, that's a certain high. But when that becomes your job in a way, right? I'm not saying that that's becoming your job in this context, but especially when you're doing your back-to-back, in a way it's becoming your job. How do you still keep yourself motivated after that?
Yeah, that's a challenge, and that's how you do. See, basically, what I feel is you need to live that character. So once you're involved in that character, then you try finding different colors to it.
Nuances to it.
So you try to experiment and then do something not drastically different, but slightly different. Or maybe I'm saying this dialogue, it could be 1 or 2 dialogues that this way. Maybe I will try saying it this way. Or I'll change, maybe, she's doing a bit, not overpowering, but it's like being very strong. Maybe if I mellow down a little bit, what happens? So you do all these experiments yourself. So you are like then continuously trying something new. So it's a new play.
But
and that's why
is this something which you practice with your co-stars, or you do it on the stage?
No, you do it on the stage, because not necessarily every small thing you have to practice. You're not doing, you're not changing your dialogues. You're not drastically doing, also I'm supposed to go this side and I went that side. You're not going to do that. Or I'm supposed to get up at this particular time and I'm going to change that. No. So it's not something which will disturb your
The other
co-artist.
person's, okay.
It has to be within that limit, but it's trying your character in a different way.
And in a way, even the other person knows that, you may be doing because they may want to do something
Yeah,
similar.
correct. So everyone should be too. See, otherwise you won't keep yourself engaged in that one. Yeah, it will be more like a monotonous thing and
Correct.
boring, that every time I'm just doing the same thing. It has to be the way it has to be entertaining for the audience. It has to be entertaining for yourself.
Correct.
And if you enjoy, the audience will enjoy. If you get engaged, the audience will get
also
engaged.
engage with you. Correct.
So, and for the plays in India, actually, I should thank my friends over there, because those who are, still active there in this industry, because of them, it was possible. Otherwise, it was challenging, because we don't know the processes now, what happens, because I left theatre, long ago.
But I would assume the production staff would all be the local one, right?
Yes, everything. So we had to hire the set from there.
Correct.
So we had to go to the go down, and here we actually make it from whatever we have, right? Or prepare it, or we need the platform like that, or color this. We do ourselves. It was a complete different experience. So we had to go to the go down and select. ये ऐसा टेबल चाहिए, अच्छा ये कुर्सी दे देना, वो टेबल दे देना, वो ये, और अरे अच्छा इसका कलर ग्रे है पर हमें ब्लैक चाहिए. No worries. Hey, black marle color. It's done. It's black. When it arrived, it's black. So it was like you just name it, you want it, and they will make it happen. You won't see it, it's there, but I want a table, but I want it in this look. Change it.
It's a different luxury.
Absolutely. And there it's like we were like getting restless, because someone is doing stuff for you. We're not used to it. No. We were like, here, we will do ourselves. We will put a set on our own.
Correct.
Using the drilling machines. We are sitting, putting the screws there. They're like, we are just sitting there watching them. Ye kahan chahiye, acha yahan chahiye. Okay, it's done. It's like completely like royal experience for us. Makeup माने यहाँ पे हम लोग ही अपना खुद का makeup कर लेते हैं. There you have a makeup
person. So I'm slightly digressing, but in one of the interviews, Anurag Kashyap, if you know the director, right?
Yes.
He had said or somebody else had said about him, कि अगर तुम budget दे दो ना, तो अनुराग कश्यप बहुत घटिया मूवी बनाएगा. उसको तुम एकदम तंगी में रखो. That's where your creativity will come out, right?
Correct.
But that's a very amazing point in a way.
It was everything was like a luxury for us. Like okay, you get tea, you get this, everything. And we realized that okay, you need to have a like a stage manager or something, like your team manager. So he will manage. You have to tell him what you want.
Correct.
And he will make sure कि you want like अच्छा पेन चाहिए, अच्छा ये चाहिए, इसमें सेट में ये नहीं है, वो ग्लास इसका ये चाहिए. He will organize everything. So you pay that manager and he will do it. Everything. Ticket printing, like online है ना booking, but you need to have physical ticket. That's the difference, because यहाँ पे we just show the barcode or you just show the ticket, and that's it, done. If it's online, but there you need to print a ticket. You need to advertise in newspaper. So there were like heaps of things. 6 months we were working on that project.
Just that India part of marketing and how the whole thing is going to work.
Yes. How things will happen. Requesting all the write-ups to come in the paper, giving the advertisement, then first creating the advertisement, because it has to be as per the Indian guideline. Guideline in the sense how they give the advertisement. So it has to fit in that box, because this much space it charges this much, and so we are like tight on our budget. So because being a not-for-profit, so we don't charge anything extra. It's not like we have surplus money sitting in the account. Whatever comes in goes for the next production. So it was very challenging, but it was very pleasant experience. And it was something for me, was dream come true. Because I wanted to take one play from here to India. That
But how did it feel after such a long time going back on an Indian stage?
It was. That's why I said dream come true. Because audience reaction was very good. Like we got good experience, good reactions or like response from the audience. So it was good actually.
Okay. All right. So now we'll change gears a bit and help us understand the anatomy of acting, a little bit about acting, if you need it. So like I said, I'm very curious. So apologies, audience, if I'm going into a little bit of depth here, but there's a lot of selfish interest involved. Fundamental question, right? So there are many acting schools that are there that claim that they can teach acting, etc. But help me understand: can acting really be taught, or is acting something that you have inherent that can just be polished?
So acting cannot be taught, but technique can be taught. So you need to know the technique. What are you supposed to do? How to, develop your character, or what is acting basically? It should look more natural. So yes, there is like every art, you need to study something. It's not that, for acting, I can just go on stage and say anything. No, it has some guidelines, it has some rules. Certain things you do it certain way, it looks better. How to do it? So there is a technique to that. That's what I feel. Of course, like everyone has a different opinion about it, but that's what I feel, that you need to study. Maybe by attending like there are some workshops in India, like we have also grew up with attending the different workshops. So that shows you how you develop a character, how you develop the topic, how you move on stage, how freely, how it should feel natural. Because it should feel as if what we do on day-to-day life, it should feel that way.
Correct.
Then it appeals more. Because if you do something like really dramatic, unless it's requirement of that particular character, then you can do it. But otherwise, it should feel. So if I'm going from one place to other, so I'm going from here to there, it has to have a reason. घर में ऐसे ही नहीं ना घूमते हो, यहाँ से वहाँ, मैं ऐसे ही बस ऐसे यहाँ से मुझे मन किया मैं गया. You might be going to pick up something, you might be going to look something like outside the window, या कुछ curtains ठीक करना है. There has to be a reason. So same logic you need to apply on stage.
So how do you get into that character? Those are some of the nuances that you can learn.
So the writer has written the characters in particular way. So they have their characteristics, right? So you need to understand what is this character, what is his or her background. So other that lady is, or the man is in his 60s or 70s, then how was the childhood, what is like upbringing, all these factors matter to
how you
develop the personality, or how that will behave. Will it be a serious character or a funny one? So it depends. So generally the writer has written it, the director has his vision, who puts it in, his interpretation of that writing, and then actor has to take both and add his spice to it to develop that character.
So I love this, how this is preempting a few of the thoughts I have, right? So that brings me to the part of how do you cast a person then? But when I say cast, I don't mean only from an acting perspective, maybe from the journey perspective itself, right? So I would assume that the writing part comes first, where the thought or the plot or that comes first, and then everything starts from there.
Not necessary. Like it can be other way around. So if suppose a producer has something in mind, he can tell like, look, I want to cast this people in my play. So develop something based on. So it can be done other way around.
Okay.
So I have a play in mind. It will come mostly, if everything goes right, next year. But in that, I have people in mind who I want them to be in the play, and what roles they will be playing. So I have requested.
यही हीरो रहेगा, इसके हिसाब से मूवी बनाना है.
Sorry, किसका?
प्रोड्यूसर का बेटा हीरो रहेगा, इसके हिसाब से मूवी बनाना है.
नहीं, वैसा नहीं मिलेगा. It has to suit that character as well, right? So it's like I feel that okay, this person is like a outward person, very bold and won't care. If that person is like not naturally like that, but can project that personality, you want that person for that particular role. So it was like the last play I did, like Portamento. I had a couple of people in my mind that I wanted them only for that particular role, and so that's how I developed. I developed those characters in such a way that they can. It will look natural.
Nice. Okay.
So it can be done both ways. So sometimes the play is already written. It comes to the director. Or the producer first, because producer has to produce. So it comes to the producer, but here it comes directly to the director. So you just read it. Okay, this person is like a calm person, so maybe look for someone which is very close to that character. Again, if you are the same, then why will you do acting? You have to do something which you are not.
You feel challenged. Correct.
You feel challenged.
Correct.
A lot of times it's better to do it that way. But look-wise, it should appeal that, people should say, oh yeah, that's right. that person
अच्छा fit था.
अच्छा fit था.
So when you are in that casting mode, you know, when you are for a minute, let's take this scenario where you don't know who the actors are and you have a story first and you're trying to cast, right? So when you're in that casting mode, how do you observe? What's that thought process like, or what's that journey like of casting somebody for a role?
See, frankly,
and
here
then
in
I have
Melbourne,
a follow-on question. But
yeah, no, sorry. Here in Melbourne, we don't have many options. Like, at least we don't know because must be some hidden talent somewhere which you won't know. So generally, you know, you tend to pick people who you have seen them acting, you know what they can do it and what you can get it done.
Correct.
So when I did the musical, Sangeet Natak, so the main part is singing for Sangeet Natak. So then your concentration is on the singers who can sing that way. Acting is secondary.
Okay.
You, even if they do the average acting, no one is going to say, oh, isne na acting nahi achhi ki, because if he's a beautiful singer, you win the battle there, you know. So it's not, so based on that you have to decide. If it's acting only play, then you have to make sure that should be the highlight.
Okay.
And then based on that, sometimes you have to take the auditions as well. Because if you feel, okay, these are 2-3 people, but who's the right one? Who says those dialogues with that emotion, correct emotion, or can portray those emotions, or can portray that character, slightly. But of course, you have to develop it. The director's role is to develop it. And that actors as well. But not all actors are, they will put their own thoughts in it. Some actors are directors' actors. So they will do it exactly what the director has
said. Show me how to do it, I'll copy it.
Yeah, I'll copy in the sense I will try to do it my way, but what you want. So I won't put it like maybe I'll just add this one to it. They might not do it. So every character is different. And based on that, there is like a lot of things, the criteria which you need to think about when you're selecting someone for that particular character.
Kabhi aisa hua hai ki like you chose somebody for it, you realize that now the person is wrong. Then, like you probably need to recast. See, in a professional setup, it's easy because it's a job, right? But here you have all your friends, right?
Now we don't do it.
Correct. You just stick with.
We will try to get the best from that
person. Correct.
So see how we can closely take that person to that character. Like how much you can do to get the best from that person.
Out of that. Fair enough.
So yeah, because see, everyone here, it's not a paid job, right? So everyone is doing for a hobby.
Correct.
All these artists, they are doing voluntary and for a hobby.
Correct.
So then you can't expect that, if you don't do it, just go, I'll find someone else. It's not fair. It's not right.
Correct. Exactly. So the dynamics here is very different than a professional setup.
Yes, absolutely. Because there you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So if you're not delivering, it's like your, job, right? If you don't deliver, company will kick you out.
Correct. So we are not
doing, and it's more for like a hobby.
Correct.
So although we are running a theatre group, but it's for a hobby.
Everyone is
coming there. They enjoy that. So it's basically should be enjoyable journey. So we can't say that, you have not done it. Okay, I'll replace it. That's at least I don't believe in that one, and I won't like to do that.
Correct. Fair enough. Totally makes sense. Now, when you get, like you also talked about how you get involved, you have to first have a certain, you have to start living that character in a way. But that's also equally difficult, isn't it? Because if you actually start living a character, then it's like a duality that sets in. And
no, living a character won't happen from start. First, you just read it. You read a play, you just read it normally. Slowly, you start developing it. And again, everyone's way of doing is different. I'm just saying that my way of.
That's your way of.
So when I'm on stage, I'm that character. As soon as I step out of the stage,
you're Reshma.
I'm Reshma.
So you're a switch on, switch off. That works for you. Okay.
Yes.
But when, like for example, when you say you start from the point that you start reading a script to when you put up the play, it might probably be some 5-6 months or whatever, right? Or lesser than that.
Yeah, like here it's like 4 months.
4 months. You can do
5
that.
months. Yeah.
So in that duration, there is a little bit of that character that gets into you, that always sticks in your head, isn't it? In a way that's running in your head, or
not character, but yes, the memories.
Okay.
Some of the dialogues, like from Bandini play, it became very close to my heart. I enjoyed playing that role. So obviously, it just stuck in my head. Not as that character, but it's more like the dialogues from it, and then what I've achieved in that one. Or there was a play when I used to do it in my college days, uni days, that Chauthi Bhinta. We were only just 4 characters in that one. I was there, Dr. Girishok, Pratibha
each character is a bhinta kind of.
No, it's basically, not each character is a bhinta. So your house has 4 walls, right? So generally, what happens within those 4 walls, you won't know. It's just your interpretation, what you see from outside.
Correct.
That ये घर में ऐसे होता होगा, या ये शायद ना इनका अच्छा नहीं है शायद, ये this शायद, but actually what happens inside,
you don't know.
You never know. That 4th wall is always there, that you don't know what's happening behind that 4th wall. So the gist of that, so Dr. Girishok, Pratibha Goregaonkar and Radhika Rao. So 4 of us were there. It was a experimental theatre play written by and directed by Ashok Kamble. That character also was very close to my heart. I used to love performing that one, and I still have the whole story, what used to happen. Luckily, I found some old photos of that play as well.
Do share with
So
us.
yes, we'll do. But that's the best character. And after that, this Bandini, which I enjoyed. Performing.
So does that leave a mark on you as a person then? So like the play is done, you have done your 14, 15 plays. But does that leave a mark on you? Does your life nominally change?
Life didn't change.
Not life, but
it's like I got that satisfaction of performing that character or living that character. If you say, is my nature like that, or have I changed something after playing that role? No. Not these characters, but it's one actor, the satisfaction that actor should get it from the character. Those 2 roles actually gave me that.
Gave you the most.
Yes, the most.
So the Bandini and the
Bandini and Chauthi Bhinta. Yeah, they are very close to my heart.
Fantastic.